I'm unboxing the new Batman miniature game Batman Starter Set, which is the basic starter set for the Brave and the Bold. Part of the first wave of releases for the second edition of the Batman miniatures game. So we'll pop this out. First we have the character cards, and then we have the miniatures themselves. So, three of these miniatures are one piece, and one is a two-piece model with a riot gun. So, they've got the old rubble bases, which I know divide opinion. So let's zoom in on these models. So in this starter set we have Batman, we have an Arkham Guard with assault rifle, we have an Arkham Guard with extendable baton, and we have an Arkham Guard with a riot gun. Together this is a fairly cheap set. The guards range from between 21 and 26 rep, but have a total of 69 rep for the guards and 125 rep for Batman. This gives less than 200 rep for the box as a whole. If you have a look at how the moulding's gone, you can see how nice the individual models are. So in this case the detail on the chest, the detail on the helmets. None of the Arkham Guards have got faces shown. You can have a good look at Batman, who has two ears, though this one is very slightly bent, but not enough to cause any fuss. The arm things are okay, there's no miscasts or mould slippage. Assault rifle is, I think, could do with a little bit of bending back in hot water, but not a huge amount. And there's all this lovely detail on the front. And the riot gun guy, I think the question is whether you should attach the riot gun before painting or after, so I don't think it covers up an awful lot of the front. I'm going to wash these before assembly. I'm going to come back with the models cleaned and washed. My first impression is they're very nice. I have washed and cleaned up the Brave and the Bold set, so now it's time to stick them into the bases. I've also tidied up the bases somewhat, so a quick test fit. That goes in fine. Yeah. Which means I'm now ready to apply the super glue sparingly to the base. Then pop this fella in. One. Test fit. That's absolutely fine. Again, bit of super glue, and in he goes. Batman. I'm very careful not to put any pressure on the ears, which are the smallest, most breakable pieces. One thing I think people will find with these new resin miniatures is that some of the fine sculpting is quite easy to break off. I'll do a separate video about some of the repairs that you can make. And then finally this guy. That's fine. So we're going to pop him into there. These three are completely done because they're one-piece models. I'm now going to separate this from the little resin sprue. Done. Then I'm going to get a knife and tidy it up. So with that separated and cleaned up, we're now going to pop him into here. See how this fits in. So, like so. You've got a guide here for the hand. So, a little blob of super glue in that, a little blob of super glue in that, a little blob of super glue in that. And then there we go. So that's the Brave and the Bold starter set assembled. You can see the models and how they look. There's a lot of good detail on them. They clean up quite easily. There's a little mould line around there that you've got to go over quite carefully, and I'll do another quick check before I undercoat them. But they're all really solid models. Because I've already got the Armoured Batman, I've got the Batman Rebirth, I've got this Batman. Inevitably I will get another Batman at some point. So I'm not that concerned about Batman, but these three, being reasonably cheap henchman models, are going to turn up in a lot of forces, particularly as we've got 2 guns and this guy's got a radio. So there'll be a staple of a lot of forces. I've ordered some more cops, but I've also got a TV Arrow and a TV Flash and a Cyborg. So I do have enough to have a variety of heroes for Brave and the Bold. I've got a few things I can swap in and out of the force, but these will probably end up being staples of my Law and Order force. That, and when Gordon comes out with SWAT, more cops, and when I get my metal blister of cops through the post, more cops. I'll end up probably with about 10 to 12 cops that I can swap between the forces, and then a selection of heroes and sidekicks and free agents. So that's that done. The sculpting quality of the models is excellent. They are very easy to put together. I did wash all of these. That's not strictly necessary, I think, but I've done so anyway just to be sure. But yeah, if you are looking at getting into the Batman miniatures game, I would definitely recommend the set. It's a really nice set. But otherwise, if you've liked this video, hit like or subscribe. You can see now with the glue dry how that looks, and it looks really nice. I've got a tiny little join here that I'm going to fill in with some liquid green stuff. I'm also going to fill in the bits around the bases here with a little bit of liquid green stuff just to blend it in. And I'll let that dry before I undercoat all of these models black, because these are going to be majority black and dark blue, and this is Batman. I'm going to have him as black, grey, dark blue. So if you like this video, hit like and subscribe. If you feel strongly about it, leave a comment below. Otherwise, good gaming.